Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Hub with Kirk Sital. It's our second edition on excitement mode. I want to take the opportunity to thank everyone who has supported us by watching the first edition. Thank you for your comments, your constructive criticism. Yes, we're working on better lighting. We're working on better microphone equipment, but I want to say a special thank you to everyone who is supporting the platform. I also want to thank all of you for the birthday wishes. I had a fantastic 51st birthday. It was filled with work. It was the launch of the program. I spent most of the day working, and then I had the opportunity and privilege to attend a symposium on, sexual support of sex productive birthday. And to me, at my age, that's how I want to spend my birthday. Did I go out and party? No. Did I have cake? Yes, there was plenty of cake and presents, who sent cake, who tried to give me diabetes on my birthday. So I want to say thank you very much. I'm very excited to be on this journey with you again. Today, the show is going to be different. I'm going to be talking about what irks Kirk. And there's something that's really, really irking me. And, for many years, many of you know that I was the CEO of the Spice Mask Corporation. And I've always story and my experience, but every time somebody called me to interview me, I didn't feel it was the right time. And now that I have this platform and I can speak, we're going to talk about today. We'll be right back with what irks Kirk.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
We're definitely having some internet this morning, so please bear with me. But this morning, I want to tell you what irks me. And what irks me is that you're trying to muck up a good thing. And that good thing is the diaspora launch of Spice Mask. Why are you trying to muck it up? Why it is all you're getting in all your feelings and running all your mouth and talking about all sorts of things that nobody have an issue with? Listen. As a CEO, as a past CEO of the Spice Mask Corporation, I always wanted and felt diaspora launch of Spice Mask. At the time, we couldn't afford to do it. Okay? Back then, during my period, we used to get about $700,000 in subvention from government. About 150 of that had to run the office for the year. And about 90% of the rest goes to subvention for pan, for mask, for the tents, for different things. So we had no money. If we got sponsorship from Lotto, we got maybe $400,000. Okay? Now the money is there. Government has understood the mandate to promote Carnival and to run a successful Spice Mass. So the money is there. Lotto is putting its money where its mouth is. The sponsorship is about $1 million. So the money is there. But for years, we've been trying to do it, and we were not able to do it. Finally, you have a group of people who dedicated to the culture decide they're going to do it. And I am excited about it. But when I watch this melee that's happening right now on social media, because somebody I get into my feelings because all you're trying to mock up a good thing. Now, the people complain about the production of the show. Some people say it's the worst show they've been to. Some people say they love the venue. They love the atmosphere. They love the decorations. There was a problem with the production of the show. Well, ask yourself, was there a production issue with the show? Was there? And if the answer is yes, then you fix it for next year. You fix it for next year. You don't go and open up a can of worms and talk about who credit card and whether Spice Mass giving money or Spice Mass ain't giving money, because on top of that you're lying because you don't have the facts. I was part of it last year. I was part of the launch last year. Miss Purcell and her team, they're doing a phenomenal job in doing something that is needed and has been needed for the longest while. But we like to get in with feelings. Nothing wrong if PD comment on the production of the show. You take that and look at ways to better the show the next year. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to get in your feelings and go and run out the show, and now everybody talking about it. You have all kind of conspiracy theories coming up. Nothing that people don't ask all about, you know. People only complain about the quality of the show. Now I hear all kind of excuses. I hear you can't, I hear this, I hear that, I hear this, I hear that. If the show's supposed to start 9 o'clock and you are the production person and the MC, you can't roll into the show after 11 minutes to 12. You see, the problem with volunteering is sometimes we volunteer, but we don't give it our all. And that's the problem I have with volunteering. As the CEO of Spice Mass, I never want people to volunteer. Because if you go out and you're drunk the night before, you just ain't show up to work the next day because you volunteer. But you have the role that you're playing. Okay? This isn't some shop on the side of the road that you're selling soccer bag, you know. This is a national product, streaming live all over the world. So if you tell people that it will start at 9 or 9:30, as the people responsible for putting on the show, you need to be there at least 2 hours at a time. But no, you're in your feelings. Because often, you know why we err as humans? When we don't have a teachable heart. When we don't like to listen to constructive criticism, we get in with feelings and we open up our arms because we in with feelings. I vex about it. I real vex about it because it's the best thing that has happened the past 2 years, and you're not going to muck it up because ego get bruised. We go regroup and we gonna get better next year, and bunch anybody has ever seen that it happens, but sure that it happens. But in credit card, whether Spice Mass paying, who ambassador doing ambassador passport should be revoked. Come on, that gave me vex too. You can't pay them for the amount of marketing that they do for the Spice Mass product. So don't go on no national platform, and Facebook is an international platform, and talk how they should get. If it was you, you go revoke some of the ambassadorial status. You never watch Mr. Killer? Killer walking to BT the other day and he went the Grenadian flag. Boise and Vaughan and all of them, Boise and Vaughan and all of them go performing. People hearing that infectious beat that is unique to Grenada, and that is why they come in. They are the marketers who are bringing people our music. They are the ones who are all over the world selling Spice Mask. Some damn respect on their names. Get vexed because you know, I'm watching the audio. I don't know if I'm lost. I don't know if it's still. Okay, Junior, I don't know. Junior, is it lost? Is it what?
On Sunday, May 26th, we're bringing back the good old days of Calypso in Brooklyn. One delightful evening, Memorial Sunday, an intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Calypso! Featuring a cast of your favorite Calypsonians and DJs, repping for the Trinis, Natasha Wilson. Alongside a host of Grenadian superstars, headed by the Kingman and Jamo. Also Val Adam, Randy Isaac, and Peter Humphrey. Plus single, Kevin Roger, Andy Limas, The Inspector.
Last day German inside the band, me and a grand and two man.
All hosted by the Independence Monarch, Hercules. It's all taking place at 634 Remsen Avenue, between Church and Avenue A. Showtime 3 p.m. Tickets $40. For tickets and info, call 646-474-1682. An intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Memorial Sunday. Presented to you by YTM Records.
That is life.
Moving at
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.
of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada distillers.
Sunday, May 26th, we're bringing back the good old days of Calypso in Brooklyn. One delightful evening, Memorial Sunday, an intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn.
Calypso.
Featuring a cast of your favorite Calypsonians and DJs, repping for the Trinis, Natasha Wilson. Alongside a host of Grenadian superstars, headed by the Kingman and Jamo. Also Valada, Randy Isaac, and Peter Humphrey. Plus single, Kevin Roger, Andy Limas, The Inspector.
Last day drumming inside the band, me and a grand and woman.
All hosted by the Independence Monarch, Hercules. It's all taking place at 634 Remsen Avenue, between Church and Avenue A. Showtime 3 p.m. Tickets $40. For tickets and info, call 646-474-1682. An intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Memorial Sunday. Presented to you by YTM Records.
Your life, that is life.
Welcome back, folk. You know, I have to apologize for that. We're having a little technical issues, but the energy is still there. So let me talk about it. I don't know why you're here. I have a problem with all you trying to mock up something that's really, really good. You can't do it. For years, we're trying to get a diaspora launch happen. You have a good team. I don't want to hear nothing about NDC, and I want to hear nothing about NNP. Okay? I want to hear about Grenadians, and I want to hear about a product that puts us on the world stage. Now, if people complain about the production, sit down and think to yourself, was the production right or wrong? Now, I don't know how much you'll hear before because I know we get cut off. But let me tell you about my experience last year. Last year, I was part of the team, and my ticket was paid for by the Spice Mass Corporation in Grenada, as everybody else's ticket and accommodation and per diem was paid by Spice Mass Corporation Grenada. Okay? So get your facts straight before you talk, because you're mucking it up because your ego get bruised. Or you don't have a teachable heart to understand that people are allowed to criticize. And not everything people say you have to respond to. You have a bigger responsibility. Okay? I got up there. I was happy. Miss Purcell opened her house to me. She even fed me. Okay? We worked together as a team. I went to the venue to look at the venue. Myself and another friend, we assisted the person who was doing the decoration to help decorate the place. I mop and sweep the place. Because volunteer isn't halfway where you show up, dress up to be VIP dignitary. Volunteer is understanding that we have a national product to put on, and you need to be there at least 2 hours before the show starts. Okay? That is what you're supposed to be. Not show up after the show starts and then vex when people talking about production when you wasn't there to do the job that you're supposed to be volunteering to do. So yes, I mop, I sweep, I pack all the chairs, I put out all the tables, I ensured the bathrooms were clean, and I still showed back up at least an hour and a half before the show starts to find out what's going on. And trust me, I believe what they're saying about the production this year, because I was there last year. And I'm in no way blasting Miss Purcell and them. I'm blasting you all who trying to muck up a good thing because all you're in all your feelings. Okay? I showed up. I asked for the program. Because I'm accustomed with professionalism. I get a program. I say, who's coordinating the program? Well, they tell me who coordinating the program. I ask for the artist contact numbers. Because when you're running a show, you need to be able to be calling them and say, listen, you're supposed to be here at this time. You're next time, this time, that time, that time. You have to be checking with them to make sure they're there. But you have to be professional too. Before the artists get to New York, you have to give them a schedule. You have to tell them, listen, we need you to promote on this radio station at 8 o'clock or that way. You can't just pick up the phone and call them when they're in New York and ask them to show up at a radio station. You have no idea what they're doing. And then you want to vex when they didn't show up and you want to run down the artists. Professionalism everywhere. You can't do that to Marshall. All it is vex me, you know. Because somebody vex about the production of the show and you put all artists on blast. You put all kind of thing on blast by tape, but you didn't take personal responsibility for your mock-up. Then you're going live and talking about Spice Mass ain't give no money, and this is a New York thing. Yeah, no, New York, Grenada is Grenada. And I was there last year, so I know there was a budget. I know how the budget works. They budget how much they could pay an artist, how much for accommodation, how much for per diem, and then they start to beg. They reach out to the Grenada Tourism Authority and they say, can you support us with some tickets? We're going to buy the rest. Don't get me wrong, kudos to the team in New York. They're working hard. But don't get in your feelings. Have a teachable heart. At the show, there was no backstage last year. So imagine to bring an artist on stage, you have to walk them through the crowd. Now, I am accustomed with production, so I know when artist number 1 on stage, artist number 2 and 3 have to be standby and ready to go because we can't have no lull. This thing is broadcasted all over the world. We like to say Grenada to the world. Well, let's put the best Grenada footing out to the world. Did you find out overreacting when I say, well, where is this one? Isn't the mass people going on next? Bring them, bring them, bring them. I didn't sit down in VIP as a former CEO. I've never been afforded the VIP status as a former CEO who has contributed because I don't need VIP. Okay? To me, I am always a VIP in my mind. So I don't need to go and sit down on a chair and look nice and put on a dress and for people to thump my chest. I produce this. If you're producing nonsense. Listen, if you're going to volunteer, volunteer fully. And understand that this is not no soccer bag party shop. This is a national product. Don't go out there blasting the artists. Don't go out there blasting Spice Mass. Take a chill pill. Do an internal look at the production and you can't lie. You will know there was the, and then telling me about how what? If an artist get excited, they will stay on however they want. An artist can't vex with you if you make it very clear that you are there to sing 2 songs. If they want to go on and on, you let the MC take them off the stage. Because it's not like you're giving them a blind. You pay them to perform. And they have to understand that this is also a production. That people watching it via Ride Along Live all over the world. You all really fret me. Janice, you fret me. Because I know you know better. And I know you work very hard. But you allow the emotions to get the best of you and you open up a can of worms. I have media calling me for comment. And then the worst thing is when your name is Kirk and the chairman of the corporation name is Kurt, everybody calling you for a question or opinion. But because I have this platform now, I said I would address it here. Do better. Be better. The production sucked. And then you want to vex with, you're even cussing the man who had the place. Last year, we almost got shut down. Ask Della and ask the others who were standing there, because it had some people on the committee who were standing there with me. When the woman decided she want to shut down the place because the jab them go and dirty the bathroom in the place, who you think went and clean everybody pee and shit from the ground? Is me. Because volunteerism isn't dressing up and looking good. If you love your country, you put your best foot forward. Ask Rockin' J. When the woman quarreling about closing down the place because them jab girls go and dirty up she bathroom and patron have to use it, who you think went and clean it? You see, I don't live by status. Okay? A VIP is a very important person, and you must be very important to the entire process. Which means if paper fall on the ground, you pick it up. If you're walking in the venue and you see water where a patron could slip, you mop it up. Listen, you probably need to get regular people to put on the committee, because you had too much VIP on the committee. And listen, I don't cuss in the committee. It has some real good, hard-working people there. But all you who allow this kind of worms to open up, I wouldn't say nothing. And treat the artist better. Last year, an artist called me because they told him he need to get out of his hotel. They're not paying for the next day, because they were already vexed with him based on his contract, okay? And we go talk about that. He called me, and thank God Della Calise, the office manager for Spice Mass, was in the room with me when he called me, so she could vouch for it. He called me telling me, they tell him they're not paying for the next day. He need to leave the hotel. So I asked him, I said, well, what's going on? He says, well, they tell him how the other artists leaving on Wednesday, so they're only paying up to Wednesday. But guess what? They booked the ticket for him to leave on a Thursday, leave the Thursday. They booked the ticket for him to leave the Thursday, but they all up in their feelings because they're vexed because he has requested a certain standard when it comes to him performing. Marshall have a certain standard. And we artists, I don't care what all you say, half of we artists bigger than Marshall. Big up yourself, big up your people. But you're vexed and in your feeling. So he as an ambassador, you're telling him you're not paying the next day, he need to get out of the hotel. So guess what I do? Della was right there with me. I pick up the phone as the consultant and I called the CEO. And I said, what is happening here is an injustice. We cannot give the boy a ticket to go back to Grenada on the Thursday and expect him to leave the hotel on the Wednesday. We can't, it's not right. Put some respect on them artists. They are ambassadors, not just for the launch and not just for Spice Mass, but all through the year when they go to every single show in the world. And this is not an NNP and an NDC thing, eh? This is laziness. And he has some bad NDC and he has some bad NNP. We all know that, but we just get in with feelings. So I put in bad on both places, so all in feel thing. Okay? So the chairman, the CEO agreed with me that in principle, what we did was wrong. You can't ask the boy to leave. So the CEO agreed with me that we should let him pay for the night. And when he comes back to Grenada, we would reimburse him. Well, Lord have mercy, I thought it ended there. A week after I come back here, I hear that I overstepped the line. But I okay, my back broad. Because I go stand up for what is right all the time. I don't care whether it's NLP, I don't care whether it's NBC. I'm going to stand up for what is right. Okay? Because Spice Mass is no Spice Mass without the contribution of the artists out there. Okay? And if you operate with them from a professional basis, they will operate with you from a professional basis. Okay? If you want them to go to different radio stations to promote it, they must get a schedule prior to landing in New York. So they are committed. Because just like every human, they're doing this. They might go on a line somewhere, and then all of a sudden you calling them to tell them, go to my radio station. And when they can't make it, you want to vex and you want to put them on blast. We have to do better. I expect the New York launch 2025 to be the biggest and the best yet. We have to produce the show properly. People have to know that they are allowed to sing 2 songs and they sing their 2 songs. And we have to stop this stupidness about being in charge of something and showing up hours after it launched and then still want to be in our feelings. It don't work so. And nothing's wrong if you want to show up when you want to show up because you are a VIP. Then hire somebody to produce the show because we're at that level. It's a national product. So if you want to be in your feelings because people don't like the production, listen. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Welcome back. Now, you all have to excuse me for being so emotional. Well, not emotional. I am passionate about culture. I'm very passionate about culture. And I hate to see good things go bad because people get in their feelings. There was a problem with the production, and we have to admit there was a problem with the production, and we have to do it better next year. Punto final. Not getting your feelings. Not getting your feelings. This is not about politics. I worked with the team last year, which was the same team this year, and we had the same problems, production. Okay? I was there last year, so I was able to rally those who were there with me by the door for us to try to make sure that the show ran as smoothly as possible. But you must, if you want to grow in life, develop a teachable heart to understand that not everything people say had to affect you and send you off the wall. But you sent me off the wall this morning, so I might be contradicting myself for the stupidness you go and talk all kind of things that had nothing to do with what people were criticizing the issue or the show about. This show is important. It's something I wanted to see for years. And now that I see it happening, all you're trying to muck it up, stop it now. It's done. Right now, there's supposed to be a post-mortem. We're supposed to be looking at ways to better it. We're supposed to make sure that every artist that come in there to perform, that is being paid to perform, is given a contract with the requirements for the contract. Artists must know you're going on at 7 o'clock. I need you there at 6 o'clock. And because you're paying them, they need to know that they have to be there on time. Because the artists have to be there on time as well. Now, I really wanted to talk about my experience with Spice Mass. Okay? Because it seems to be the same nonsense happening year after year. When I was CEO, I was complaining about the same thing the CEO was complaining about before me. And I'm hearing the new CEO complaining about the same thing that we've been complaining about every year. Okay? When I became CEO, I came in as CEO with over almost $1 million in debt. Because people didn't see the importance. The government at the time probably didn't have the money or didn't see the importance of Spice Mass, so we were getting little to nothing. Commerce wasn't what it is. We didn't have all these sponsors on board putting their money where their mouth is, like the National Lottery Authority is putting its money where its mouth is. So we were paying catch up all the time. Every year when you're done, you're hoping that you break even and you make a little bit so you could offset some bill from before. So you're paying down on that 800,000 bill that you inherited, hoping that when the next CEO that take over will not have the same burden that you had. And now a lot of all you think I left Spice Mass because of Scholar, and Scholar singing about me. I didn't leave Spice Mass because of Scholar. Scholar and I are still acquaintances. Okay, I can't say we're friends. We are acquaintances. I understood my role and I understood his role and getting something topical to sing on. Now, Junior told me the other day that maybe I should do a program with me and Scholar talking. I ain't gonna do the program with me and Scholar talking because even though we are friends, every time I see Scholar do an interview, he doesn't admit that he knew that he was singing on my sexuality. Unless he's willing to speak the truth, I ain't having no conversation with Scholar about it. Because I don't vex with him. I understood what he did. He didn't have malintent to know that the population or some idiots in the population would treat me the way they did as a result of his song. I know that for a fact. But the truth is he sang the song. I had no ill feelings. The first thing I do, I pick up the phone and I say, I hear you singing about me. Make sure you fill the stadium on March Grand Night. That is what I told him. Because I wasn't into my feelings. Because I understand pick-on. I understand he gets something that people like. Did it hurt me? It did. I remember the first day I sit down in my office and I watching this thing when he first sang the song in the trade center. And I watch Grenadians jump up out of their seat. I must feel a way, tears run down my face. When I wake up one morning and I see pum pum scratch on my car, I felt away. When them fellas, and I living on the main road there, when them fellas them passing after they drunk in the fete in the night, and they calling out all kind of names on my house and throwing stones on my house, I did frightened for my life. It did affect me. But not affect me for me to get into my feelings and get emotional. It also affected my family dynamics. My mother loves me and wants to protect me. She must feel away. It hurt my feelings. But I resigned long before Scholar released his song. I resigned because I had a board that did not, well, not all of them, because you just have to be careful how you say that. I had members of my board who knew nothing about culture whatsoever, who could lend no support to the process. They were more interested in jumping on a plane and fly to New York. So I decided this was not the place for me. And I never allowed any political interference. When a minister calling and saying how she won the bar, I said it's not happening. It is a national product. When I give you a bar to sell, how you know I don't taking it away from one of your supporters? It is not happening. I introduced a process for vending where it was a first come, first serve because I didn't care. And let me tell you something. The Prime Minister at the time fully supported the endeavor. He did. Free tickets. When I walked into Spice Mass and I asked Andy Chichester, and let me tell you something, Andy Chichester don't get enough credit for what he has done for Spice Mass and continues to do for Spice Mass. When Andy and I watching the figures, and I watch Soca Monarch alone, 150,000 in free tickets, and I saying, but wait, I owe Judah $400,000 2-3 years long before I come inside of this thing and take up this seat, and we giving away all these free tickets. It was a free show. And you had to pay attention, you had to live. I remember the first day it was announced that I was CEO for Spice Mass. I went to a restaurant to eat, and this girl who's supposed to be my friend walk up and, hey, I know where I'm getting my free tickets now. They no shame. All you want the culture to move and to grow and to improve, but not at your expense. You want freeness. And let we don't talk about freeness for last year, Spice Mass. It was on the highest I have ever seen in my entire life. I was in that office, I see free pass, so then I hear the ministry and the minister, them doing their own free pass. I said, well, what the hell going on here? But you see, the difference is, last year when they started Carnival with over $1 million in the bank. Yes. They weren't going in with zero. They had money to spend. Lord, if I wish was me in them days, I was always at negative something, owing Judah or owing Wagi or owing some sort of people. But I guess because of COVID, the money was able to buy up because, we didn't have no set of carnival for about 2 years. But the freeness had to stop. All you talk to yourself about cultural this and cultural that. All you only cultural when it suits all you need. Because you should be happy to pay a ticket to go to an event. But no, you want freeness. I got so frustrated in my role as the CEO of Spice Mass because of the interference. And I fought the interference. And when was time for me to reconsider the resignation, Scholar sing the song. And everywhere I go, them stupidity on the side of the road feel it's okay to heckle me and to belittle me. So I said to myself, no, I ain't doing this no more. Do I love the culture? I love the culture. So when I was asked last year by Frances Purcell, yes, all you want to say she's NDC, when Frances Purcell and Kurt Ross picked up the phone and called this NNP and asked him if he wanted to be on the team, I said, whoa. I said, something wrong? I thought they tell me it's only nepotism these people have. Nah, man. Something had to wrong. They want me to be part of the team? I said, well, yes, all hands on deck. All hands on deck. I say, finally, I don't have to deal with the nonsense of politics, that there are people who see the culture for what it is. So I get excited. I went to the first meeting. When I went to the first meeting at the board, I said, what the hell? Why I didn't have a board like this? When I heard their direction and their thinking, I was saying, I was in my mind, finally, there is a board that understands that their role is policy and not running the office. Because the office have a CEO and the office have staff. Finally, there will be a board that's talking policy. Okay? Because for the pan person on the board, Spice Mass shouldn't just be about panorama. It should be about all the ways to develop pan during the year. Same thing for mass and all the other aspects. And I can't say I see it. I see pan on the sun. So we in the right direction. And all you say, I don't like pan. So I was very happy and excited that I was invited to be a part of the team. Lord have mercy, it was very short-lived. I signed my contract. Next thing, and I ain't gonna call who name, but the people on the board themselves who told me that the minister had a problem with me being there. What is NNP doing there? The minister even had some lady. Well, I can't say some lady. I know who she is. She used to be a very good friend of mine when NNP was in power. We go in all fete, we go in all karaoke, we liming together all the time. From the time NDC came in power and she started to work for the minister, I was nobody. She stopped talking to me, I'm nobody. So when I show up for the office to work, I have this lady bawling, what he doing here? We don't want him here. I am human and I have feelings. Not only that, I've served my country. I was a former CEO. Even if you don't like me, put some damn respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. I show up to the office, what are you doing here? Why are you here? How you expect me to function when the minister saying he don't want me there? And he bulldog. Yes, he bulldog. Saying all kind of thing about me. If you feel like ask Della, I was in the Spice Mass launch last year, and outside while greeting people, a woman come up to me to cuss me over the same bulldog. This bulldog say, you don't understand what you're doing here, and why they even pay a ticket for you to come here, use an NNP. Oh God, all you stop all your shit now. All you just destroying the damn culture over this politics. And some of all, you're so territorial that all you don't understand that it have bad NDCs and it have bad NNPs. Your friends are supposed to make you look good. Put people in positions where they can create positive change to make you shine. Don't feel I don't understand nepotism. I understand it. But if you're choosing people based on nepotism, choose the people that could do the job. Because there are people in your camp who can do the job. So I was treated very badly. How am I supposed to feel? Then when I started to show up at the office, and I said, can I help? The CEO ain't need no help. He good. The CEO ain't need no help. When I started to stay away, it was a problem. You're not showing up. Listen, when they didn't have nothing for me to do at all, you see me collecting tickets by the gate. I never felt I was a VIP. I come and I work at every event I get a chance to work at. All up to the final events. I work in gate, I work in ticketing. Because to me, VIP is very important person. And I go add another IP in the process. So I'm a VIP IP. I'm not a socialite. You have to do the work if you want to get progress. So I had a very terrible time. How you want me to feel? If the boss who in charge don't want you around, and then you have to say yourself, he had to be stupid. He had to be stupid. Because you should want a team with people who know what they're going to do and who are going to work hard. But no, politics always rearing its ugly head. Then when I reach in the office, Noel telling me, Purcell, that don't want you here. And then when I talk to Miss Purcell, I'm not seeing that because Miss Purcell has been good to me. She continues to be good to me up to this day. When independence come, Miss Purcell call me and say, you could sew a few skirts, I go pay you a little money. Miss Purcell is good to me. So when Purcell telling me, Noel don't want me there, and Noel saying Purcell don't want me there, all you feel eyes are stupidity. I had to wonder which side of the fence, where to jump. But I still showed up. And if Mr. Ross called me today, I will show up because the culture is bigger than all of us. But everybody wants to get into their feelings. I love Spice Mass. I think I did an incredible job based on the resources I had at the time. And every CEO deals with the same issue. I want the board to understand that it is policy. Okay? Or they want to copy everything from Trinidad. We don't have roads for all these big trucks. What about safety? So Spice Mass is not a spectator mass anymore. So when you say Monday night mass supposed to start at 6 o'clock and the first band ain't reaching nowhere till 11 o'clock, who could bring the children to see it? The same thing for fancy mass. I don't get no board fee, you know. All you get in all your board fees. So get all yourself in check and understand that you are screwing up a good thing by not doing your jobs effectively. Maybe it's time the mass turn from the carronage and go to Gradans. The vendors suffering because the bands now are all inclusive, which means you're getting all your drink, all your food, all your paraphernalia, everything. They don't have to go and stop and buy a drink on the side of the road. And because we kill the spectator mass because you can't bring your children out to see nothing, nobody there to buy from the poor vendors on the carronage. All you need to stop mock up a good thing. Mock up the New York launch because it have a very good team working on the New York launch. It has some people that like to run them out and, you know, they just like to talk. But everywhere you go have bad things. You have bad seed in your own family at home. Now, some of you go vex with me, I know that. Some of you go vex and you go run all your mouth. But you want to know something? I'm not going to get in my feelings over all you. I'm not going to be a Jan because you are entitled to your opinion. And I'm supposed to look at your opinion and say, does that opinion have any weight? And maybe readjust myself to it, not go out and expatiate myself live and open my can of worms. No. We have to understand our roles, policy, safety. But let me tell you what we are. We are people who like to talk and put plans on paper and no execution. On the parkway, if a truck's supposed to move out at a time, it will move out at a time. But no, you have these mass band leaders who decide when they move because they're not interested in the overall product. They're interested in their masqueraders having a good time. So they don't care if the first Monday night mass band ain't hit Kirani James Boulevard till 11:30 at night. We used to be able to bring our children out and sit them all around and watch the festivity. We can't do that anymore. And we have more bands than we've ever had. So put some structure in place, put some penalties in place. If they don't move off, you will pack up right there and you will fed there. Let your masqueraders deal with you for not moving off. You are there for policy. You are there for the culture. I don't care whether you're volunteering. I don't care whether you're getting a stipend, and there's certain jobs you can't pay. You can't ask for volunteers. You can't ask for volunteers to be marshals. Because if a marshal go pre-day and he drink and he fet, okay? You think he waking up to come to work the next day? No, because he ain't getting a salary. It's something free he doing. Stop running Spice Mass like a little parlor on the side of the road. That's all I had to say. Kudos. Listen, let's take a break and I'll go wrap up when I come back.
An exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.
Welcome back. I want you all to stop playing politics with the culture. The culture is bigger than NNP and it's bigger than NDC. And there are people who can contribute on both sides. You think most of the people studying politics when they're given an opportunity to serve? They're not. So stop the nonsense. Stop mucking up a good thing in New York and try not to muck up a good thing here because all your feelings. Stop it. Let's put policy in place to develop the product. Let's make sure things start on time and end on time. Because we are showcasing, listen, with technology and social media and all of that, we're showcasing our product to the world. So when I buy a stream to watch a show, I expect it to start on time. When they tell me they're live streaming the greatest spectacle in the Caribbean, Monday Night Mass, I want to see it start on time. And if the bands are not getting in line, then there must be consequences. The vendors suffering. The product suffering. All you're talking about, land of 100,000 jab. How much jab ban it have on Juve morning? It turned to a national blockout. It probably have 2 authentic jab ban, and if they get a few dollars, they're lucky. That is where you need to invest your money. The jab ain't getting no money, They're lucky if they get a corporate sponsor to help them. The Shortney and the Veco, all of them ain't getting no money, So you see the subvention you're giving to the fancy mass bands that charging thousands of US for a costume, cut it out now. Because your job is to preserve and protect and enhance. So work on increasing the subvention for the Shortney, the Veco, the Wild and the Maple, because that is our culture and history. You ask a child in school what is a Veco, they go tell you what a Veco look like. They don't know nothing about the history. Educational paraphernalia, educating us. I saw some of all you listening right now, ain't know the history behind half of them things. You could tell people what a jab is. You could tell people what a Veco or Shortney is, but you have no idea the historic significance or what's behind it. I know a rant. I'm passionate about it. And there's a lot more I could say. Last year, I did not appreciate the treatment. I felt it was disrespectful. But I still showed up and I served. Because that is what a patriot or a volunteer or somebody who is being paid does. I never went to the media and talk about it because I was on contract because I'm a professional. But I'm not on contract anymore. So I can speak my truth. And if you call me tomorrow and you say you need me to do that, hey, professional hat goes on one time. You all know that about me. I showing up before time and I cussing anybody who in my way because we have to get the job done. Enough respect goes out to Frances Purcell. A lot of you have all your issues with her. I didn't see none of that. I saw a woman who saw the importance of building the carnival product and reach out to this so-called NNP to join her team. I saw a woman who opened up her home to me. I saw a woman on the night of the show running up and down just as I was running up and down to ensure that things were right. So say what all you want to say. I don't develop enemies that ain't show me nothing. I am a loyalist. I'm very loyal. And people who are good to me are good to them. You have issues with her, that is all your business. My experience with her, motherly, supportive, encouraging. I could say a lot of different things. She's doing a fantastic job with the New York launch. And not everything is perfect. There is always room for growth. So stop getting your feelings and open up a can of worms because somebody tell you about the production when you are at fault. Because a proper production person knows they need to be at the venue at least 2 hours before to make sure things happen on time. And stop this stupidness about, oh, people not there. If it are one person in the audience and the show's supposed to start at 9 o'clock, it's supposed to start at 9 o'clock. But you're fostering a culture of lateness with us as a people. So when it go ever fix? Now listen, folks. It is a fantastic Friday. I want you to go out there and be the best that you can be. There are a lot of people who meet me on the street and say, Kirk, I like your podcast. Hey, I see you on Junior George Live with your show. You inspire me. Let me tell you something. I'm not perfect. There are people who are going to criticize what I said here today. And they'll have some validity in it. What I want you as people to see is the greatness within yourself. Okay? I want you to unleash your own greatness because you will also have the ability to have a positive impact on somebody else's life. Folk, our culture is bigger than NNP and it's bigger than NDC. It is. There are a lot of hard-working people on the Spice Mass board, and here are some of them that shouldn't be there at all. The bulldog, she could vex with me, but when you treat me the way you treat me, it shows me that you have no respect for yourself or for others. And there are people on the New York team that I have the utmost respect for. All of them. People err. But in order to grow, we must be able to take the constructive criticism, look at it and see if there is validity. And if there is validity in the constructive criticism or the criticism overall, because people see things differently, you know. We adjust, we improve, and we better. We don't lose our shit online. Have a good one. Thank you for watching the Wake Up Club with Kirk Sitahal. We'll see you on Tuesday morning, same place on Ride Along Live. Have a fantastic Friday, folks.
Of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada Distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada Distillers.